Okay, once again, I'd like to thank you for your participation. Today, I'd like to start with this slide. So we finished this new platform for innovation in implant dentistry in this January 2018 with 3 years of construction period. As you see, it's quite nice. And not only the space size, we try to put all kind of updated technology for the machinery and the automations. So I hope all of you can visit this place sooner or later. So my topic today is the future of implant dentistry. Very easy topic, but sometimes quite difficult to explain. What is the future of implant dentistry? What we are aiming for? So actually, as an implant company, we are trying to make the best implant system in the world, of course, with the help of the digital dentistry. So the implant practice can be much easier, as shown by Miguel Stanley just before. And the material science is also very, very important. But we think everything, implant the digital material, just based on biology. Without the biological ideas, it's very difficult, almost impossible to achieve excellent result. For the implants, as many of you already know, we started these implants from 2009. So what is the most important part of the implant systems? That is this area, the crestal area. We should have enough amount of bone on the crest, and we should be able to create quite a big thickness of soft tissue just above the platform. So with the help of this good design, I cannot say genius, but it's very, very good ideas for the double offsets. And then with the help of these genius structures, we could make a very good soft tissue responses without doing anything. And so just by placing implants, but just leaving more bones and more thickness of soft tissues, we could make this beautiful soft tissue environment. And again, we developed new technology, actually new concepts on the implant design to control the initial stability, even at loose bone. So by using these design concepts, we could make almost the same initial stability, even at loose bone, just like D1, D2, the adequate bone densities. This is another revolution. Additionally, so we developed a very different ISQ patterns from other implant systems. As you see, from this knife thread design of the implants, we could make a very high initial stability, and not only high stability of initial stability, so we can trust the initial stability. This enriched then never shows the decrease on ISQ value. This is a really essential foundation for immediate and earlier loading protocol. And this article is really monumental articles for enriched implants. So this article was made by Professor Craig Vold and his team. And the team made the theme to compare these two different thread designs. And then the doctors at the Perio department of UCLA placed the two different implant systems side by side and checked ISQ for the next 8 weeks. And as already many people know, the result was like this. The conventional thread shape showed the decrease on ISQ for the next 4 weeks, then made a plateau. But this knife threaded implants showed only increasing patterns. Even one implant didn't show a drop down of ISQ value. And now I'd like to review the implant innovations since 1952. As you know, Dr. Brennemark made these Lutherform implants and innovations. And this latter company launched the first implants in 1965 as Brennemark systems. And then 1997, tapered implant systems, and Nobel Active 2008. And they finished to develop after Nobel replaced conical connections in 2011. and no more development. And on the other hand, this green company launched the tissue-level implants in 1986. And in 2007, they launched the bone-level implants. In 2015, bone-level tapered implants. And 2018, they launched BLX, new implant systems. How about this blue company, which is Megagen? So we started in 2002, a little bit later, but we speed up the development. And in 2009, we launched the Enrich implants, and 2012, X-Speed Sulpice treatment was successfully launched with the Enrich system. And we launched the Anyone implant system as well. And this year, in 2018, so we are going to launch Enrich Octa1, another family of Enrich implant systems. So actually, in the field of implant dentistry, these two implant systems, Enrich Octa1 and the BLX, is the newest implant system now. So when I saw this BLX implant system, which was launched this year, and it reminds me this implant system, which was developed by a lead company in 2008, because the inventor of these implants are the same. It's the same by Dr. Fromovich. It looks very similar, isn't it? But when I looked closely on the BLX systems, I could find out it's the green company copied many characteristics of Enrich. So it's like a copycat of Enrich implant systems. So I tried to compare what they copied us. So look at this. So it has a threadless top, and also it has the same core and a different thread concept, and also they made the single prosthetic connections, and most importantly, they adopted the 7-degree Morse taper. When I explained it to the president of Green Company about the 5-degree Morse tape concept, and he laughed on me. It's very difficult. It will be very difficult to make prosthetics, and the retrievability will be a big problem. But they copied us with the 7-degree. And again, the wide emergence profile concept was almost same. And if you see this diagram, you can realize much better how much similar they are. So even the number of the dimensions are similar. This very narrow apical diameter is almost similar. Even the explanation on the UCC of the implant system is almost same. I was quite surprised. But I found they made some mistake, quite a big mistake. You can realize from these two videos. The left one is for the Enrich implants, the right one is BLX. So this is the bone foundation is a weak bone, which is a grade type 4. So after single drillings, so we are going to place a bigger diameter of implants, but the core is the same. And look at the bone chips. So this implant Enrich shows very smooth insertion without any bone chips outside of the box. But even this implant BLX has very strong, very aggressive channels along the implant fixtures. Look at the bone chips coming out from the osteotomy sockets. I cannot explain in detail today, but we will have more chances to explain why this makes these problems. So some mistake was happened here. And again, I'd like to compare our recent development, Enrich Octa1, with the most popular implant system from this Green company. So what's the improvement? So let's see the strengths. The Green company launched these BLT implants in 2017 with very proudly because they started to use lock solid. So its strength is directly related with the material and the design of the implant. And as you know, the lock solid is kind of alloy, zirconia, titanium alloy. And as a material, the rock solid, which is 15% zirconia, 85% of titanium alloy, shows about the 20% higher tensile strength. But when it becomes a product as an implant fixtures, it shows about 11% higher fatigue strength. Only this many. This much is strong. But our team, our R&D team, tried to increase the strength of the Enrich Octa 1 implant systems. This is the result. So we made the Octa 1 implant, Enrich Octa 1 implant system stronger than rock solid, not just the titanium, rock solid BLT implants, as you see from the graph. Why? Why we could make this kind of strong strength? It's because it's mainly from the design of the implants. So from this diagram, cross-cut view, you can see the fixture, abutment, and the screw became like a dome. So from this, the photos side, and this building, this construct architect maintained more than 1,000 years. So this is the secret of the strength behind the implant design. And also we try to increase the thickness, wall thickness of the Enrich Octa 1. So as you see, the difference on the thickness is about 0.1 millimeter. This is another achievement from our team. And again, initial stability and ISQ value. So as already, this is also related to the material and the design. This is from the Green Company. And when they launched the SL Active surface treatments, they were very proud to shorten the drop-down period of ISQ values. So they said this is a big, huge improvement. But as you already showed, the X-Speed with the Enrich design doesn't show any decrease on ISQ value. Just it make a plateau or increasing patterns. Which one is better? Definitely, X-Speed is better than SL Active. I'm very proud of this on that. And again, pure titanium makes a much better surface characteristics because of the alloy, because of hardness of the alloy. So the Green Company need to use a bigger diameter of aluminum and with a higher pressure. As a result, from the SEM image, you can see much more roughness. The RA value is about 4.6 microns compared with 2 micron of Enrich. As you can see, very even surface treatments. And also, X-Speed surface treatments, which is calcium ion incorporations, is very, very important to see the pureness of the materials. With the pure titanium, you can see it's evenly, the fixture was evenly coated with the calcium ion, but on the alloy, it's almost impossible to make even coatings. The color is different from area to area. And again, connection is also very, very important for the clinical performance. So we made a new development on the connections. So the dimension looks almost the same, as you see, but we made a quite big improvement on this. So how? So we have named this connection as X-Speed, and then X-Speed can provide 45-degree corrections on the abutment and fixture connections compared with the 90-degree corrections of abutment and fixture on the BLT implants. And again, BLT, this Green Company abutments cannot go into the Enrich Octa 1, but this Octa 1 abutments can go into the Blue Company's implants if they make a compatibility. And also, it can provide 45-degree corrections, which is more convenient on the clinical daily practice. And this is just a development, new development on the implant design. And this is a very simple suggestions to you. So how often do you place a single second molar implants? So in our clinics, I found quite frequent. cases. We have a lot of cases for single second molar implants. But we have to remember, the second molar has a different biology than the other implants. We have to remember. Why? So we can see the simple literature reviews. In general, implant has almost a 99% of a success rate. But second molar has almost a 10% lesser success rate. Why? Why we have this result, bad result? Many speakers don't recommend second molar implants even. So because what is challenge of the second molar implants? The first one is lower quality and the quantity of alveolar bone, as you know, and it has a very strong occlusal force, and we have a hygiene problem because of remote area. And what we improved in this area, how we can overcome these problems. So Enrich is really good for this area because it has enough space between thread, which is very good for angiogenesis. And the diameter of the implants should be a little bit bigger than the normal implants. So we strongly recommend the core diameter more than 3.8 millimeter. And again, we developed new abutment systems named as S2 options. It's not only related with this geometry, but it has many things. You can see from the catalog or something from the booth. So by doing this, we continue to keep the internal connection of 5 degree, which is very good for the biological width. And then at the same time, we made plate-to-plate connections at the platform area. So this is really, really strong, and which is much better for the second molar, for the strength. So in the other area, aesthetic is very, very important, but the second molar, it has a different biology, so we have to focus on the strength more than aesthetics. So we strongly recommend to use S2 option for the single molar implants. And let's go to the digital parts. So with the development of AltiGate in 2011, so we continued to develop the new ideas with AltiGate. So we could make a biology in digital. What is biology in digital? So by using the digital eye functions, we can analyze. We can see the bone quality of bone much more precisely. So not only from the black and white image cannot give us enough information, but we made the software to change this black and white into the color. Then visually you can recognize the bone density. Why we made this? Because we are focusing on the one-day implant, same-day prosthetics. And AltiGate Lite is really great for the communication between lab technicians and the designer and with you guys. And with this development, we could make a biology and timing. No lose, even not some hours. We can take it out in tools, and we can place implants, and we can place definitive final restoration immediately. So nothing to lose. So we can make a very good result. So that is biology and timing. And with the help of the AltiGate, Oron 4, Oron 5, Oron 6 can be much more precise. So as you see, so this kind of treatment is becoming more and more popular, but the surgical technique is not easy. So you can rely on the AltiGate to make this precise surgeries. And again, we developed the DOD systems, which Dr. Jungchul Kim will explain tomorrow in detail. DOD is like a DSD of Coachman, but it is three-dimensional, not two-dimensional. So you can extract the estate file directly from the DOD program to make the prosthetics. And also, we extended the usage of AltiGate to face guide. So by using same technology, same ideas, we could make the orthokinetic surgery much easier, and the surgical time became into half. And we proudly launched R2 Studio in this symposium. R2 Studio is not a CBCT. It's a CBCT, but it's more than CBCT. What is a studio? It has a huge FOV, 20 by 20. It can show all the skulls to create the virtual patients. And again, it can make a 3D facial scan. So no need to use a separate scanning machines. Just by taking the CT and by taking photos, you can make a 3D facial scan and even smile. And then again, you can take you can do impression scans. No need to make a stone model and scan again to make a STL file. Just scanning the impressions, you can create the digital STL models. And again, so it's on the process. We're going to put the digital articulator functions with the AltoGate. Then it can make a real function of the jaw movement. So no need to worry about the articulators work, and it's quite easy. It's quite difficult and not very much precise. So by using digital articulator, it will be great to make a much more precise occlusions. And then, so every software will be included in these R2 studios. Not only AltoGate, DoD, and the AltoCAD will be merged into the machine together. So tomorrow, Dr. Jung-Chul Kim will present about this in detail. Don't forget his lecture. Thank you very much. I hope you guys can share great ideas. Let's move together. Thank you very much.